Hello, this is Mr. Joe of Mr. Joe Comments. The title of today's video is Who's Funding the Protesters Against Donald Trump? Well, it's really very easy. The Democratic Party is funding the protesters against Donald Trump. By this I mean Democratic politicians and mayors. Look at the cities where these protests are taking place. Excuse me a second. And they have Democratic mayors, Democratic lawmakers, Democratic judges, and Democrats, especially the lawyers of these cities like Los Angeles. They're probably not spending very much money at all, and some of them. They just say, or they call protesters together. They say we're going to have a protest, and people protest on cue, like they're supposed to. But according to the news media, I was watching certain figures on TV. Newsman Bill O'Reilly said George Soros is spending $3 million pouring money into different organizations for these protests, and the AFL-CIO is also uh, spending money on protests, although he couldn't say how much. So it's no mystery the Democrats are up to their shenanigans as usual. They lost the election. They're trying to create chaos through protests. And when something flashes up, a flashpoint like Los Angeles, then, of course, they capitalize it on the news. Donald Trump is illegally doing this or that. Donald Trump is enforcing the law and he should follow the law. Excuse me again. But this is no reason for people destroying property, burning cars, smashing buildings, while Governor Gavin Newsom sits on his fat ass, getting rich on taxpayers' money. People are losing their livelihoods. By livelihoods, I mean business owners in Los Angeles, food stores, electronic stores, merchandise stores, any kind of stores you can imagine. If they get smashed, then they're losing thousands of dollars worth of inventory and they probably have to leave the city and they're not going to get the money back. So it's a crime, all right, that Governor Gavin Newsom and Mayor Karen Bass, they just sit around looking at the protesters. Oh, it's so good. We don't agree with Donald Trump. Well, a governor especially is supposed to abide by the law, not just pick which law he wants to enforce. They're supposed to obey all of the law. If they can't obey it, then they shouldn't be in a position of power, an elected official. The same with Mayor Karen Bass. It took her 5 days to impose a curfew. She looks like she has no idea whatsoever of what she's doing. She's sitting there smiling, saying we don't want to inflame the protesters like Gavin Newsom said. Let me think about this for a minute now. We don't want to inflame the protesters. They're already burning cars, smashing buildings. We don't want to inflame tensions. They might actually do something violent. Both of these politicians should be removed from office and face federal charges for dereliction of duty. This is criminal negligence. Gavin Newsom doesn't deserve to be governor or even the head of a donut shop, much less governor of a great state like California. And California, under Democratic control, is steadily turning into a garbage dump. Homelessness is increasing, drug addiction is increasing, unemployment's increasing, and the Democrats are doing nothing about it. All they're doing is harping on the same tired issues of abortion and transgenderism. But anyway, that pretty much sums it up. Wherever you see a protest happening, know that a Democratic mayor, politician, possibly judges, they're allowing it to happen. In some cities, like I said, it may not cost them anything at all. In other big cities, there may be big money behind it, funneled in by organizations who are trying to create chaos for Donald Trump. Then Gavin Newsom actually has the nerve to criticize Donald Trump for bringing in the National Guard to protect ICE agents. For one thing, the National Guard just detains people. They don't arrest people. They detain them, hold them there. Then the police come and arrest them, and they'll either charge them with a crime or let them go. But Gavin Newsom, I don't know, it's just incredible to me that someone like him could get elected, but evidently he did. So I'm going to make a future video too, calling out the Democrats to forsake the Democratic Party. I just saw on the news today where two more Democrats left the party. They said the party left them. This extremism from the 1980s when it first started, all they concentrate is abortions and then homosexual transgender rights. I have nothing against anyone. It doesn't bother me what two people do in the sanctity of their home. If two men are homosexual, two women, okay, but we can't have what's called a transgender male transitioning to a female. There's no such thing. Once you're born, you're either predominantly male or predominantly female. And even if a male should have some female hormones in his body, a female brain, as they say, then they still can't compete against natural born biologic woman because it's very unequal. They're much bigger, stronger, faster. It's hardly, in every case, where a transgender so called woman, not a woman at all, a male, has competed in female sports. They've dominated the sports, come in consistently first. It's a sad. It's a sad commentary on our civilization that it's come to this, but uh, that's the way it is. But anyway, there's the answer to your question. People are wondering, and Donald Trump says he wants to know who's funding them. Follow the money. You'll find Democratic politicians in the big cities funding protests, possibly shipping protesters in from out of state, paying them, and in the smaller cities, they may not be spending and probably aren't. I know a few cities they're not spending anything at all on protest. In other words, to pay people to protest against Donald Trump. But this is pretty much my video for today. And I hope everyone out there is doing well. As I've said before, the Democratic Party must either change or die, either or they're going to face extinction. And I believe it's not in the interest of any American. If you're watching this video and you're a Democrat, and I'm going to make another video soon about this topic, it's not in the interest of any American to now vote for the Democratic Party. It's absolutely insane. They offer nothing to anybody. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember, like, hit the subscribe button, and tell others, and share this video, especially with others, so I can get subscribers and reach out to many more people. Thank you.